Welcome back, Captains, to another Infinite Galaxy video. This is Dragothian here, and today we're going to be doing a crew member spotlight in Infinite Galaxy. I wanted to start with one of my favorites because we always want to do a lot of different things better in this game, and Molly Meyer does exactly that. She's got a little bit of both types of things that you want. You want to have better damage when you're fighting, you want to have better survivability, whatever it is, right? Some kind of bonus to fighting in Infinite Galaxy. And you also want to be able to do a little bit more logistical work. You want to have a little bit better stats or faster things being made in your spaceport. Molly Meyer does both of those things, to me, the best way possible. I'm going to go over what she does for you. I'm going to go over what you should do with her as far as should you max level her and get her fully ranked up, and then where you should place her. Should you put her in your formation so that she's inside of your spaceport, providing those bonuses to all of your stuff, or should you make her a captain and put her on a flagship so that she can give her bonuses to one specific flagship or one specific fleet, really, and give those bonuses to that? And is that the best way to go about it? So let's jump in and see what she does really quick. Let's go over what she does as a captain and as a crew member, and then let's go over what you want to actually do with her in Infinite Galaxy. So first off, Molly Meyer is a legendary crew member, okay? So not the easiest to level up, kind of expensive when it comes to what you're putting your generics into, things like that. But with her, you get a lot of bonuses. First off, let's go over the crew info. Her first skill here is Warship Structure, providing a total HP boost to all warships in your fleets, whether they're defending your spaceport, whether they're attacking on the open field, whether they're hitting a structure, whether they're garrisoning a structure, doesn't matter. The warship bonus applies. So total HP of warships increased by 7.6%, which for me right now it's 7.6%. It starts at 1.9 and goes all the way up to 32.5%. That's pretty substantial and something that you definitely should not overlook. And HP is a very quality thing to be adding to your fleets because this is going to give you increased survivability on the battlefield. Now, the second skill, one that I love and one that's not really that common in this game, is increases to building speed of warships. Now, theoretically, right, it's not that big of a deal to have an increase to building speed of warships because, especially once you start getting into the tier 9, the tier 10, you're talking about 18 hours to a day for each set, depending on how large your queue size is, which we'll talk about in another commander spotlight because there's commanders that help you do that. Increase your queue size when you're building warships. That's pretty cool. But building speed, what is this going to do for you? So first off, obviously, the faster that you're building warships, the quicker you're building them and the more you will have available to you for your fleets, for your base defense, for all that stuff, right? Especially when we're talking about as well Galaxy Summit, you won't have to necessarily use any repair speed ups during that, the more warships you have, because you can just keep refilling with the warship of your choice, and that way you don't have to worry about repairing them and getting them all back so that you can continue to have the best fleets possible. Now, building speed of warships, there's a few commanders that do this, but again, any of these are going to be something you want to have in your repertoire, and it's definitely a skill that you want to have. So, captain info. So, if you decide that you want to make Molly Meyer a captain, not a crew member, this takes her away from providing universal bonuses and puts her into the I'm going to put this commander in on this flagship. This flagship is part of this fleet. This fleet gets the bonuses from this type of captain setup, and nobody else does. Okay, so this is something that if you want to do, you need to be very specific on how you do it. First skill, again, is a total HP of warships bonus, but again, it doubles. So whenever you do a captain versus a crew member, they want to give you a little bit more of an advantage because you're giving up the universality of the buffs and instead applying them to one particular flagship. So they give you an extra bonus. So it starts at 4.2% and goes all the way up to 71.3%. That is massive, massive bonus. Now, if you think about it, though, while you're providing 71.3%, if you have her maxed out to one fleet, that's a lot. But if you put her on the formation, the crew formation, and say you have 3 or 4 different flagships, or 3 or 4 different fleets with 8 flagships running around, you multiply that 35 that we saw before, times 4, that's a lot more bonus. So something to think about whenever we're looking at these numbers. Second skill, instead of it being a warship building speed increase, it's a laser attack bonus. So again, you want to have these with your destroyer-based fleets. That's where you're going to see a lot of the laser-based weapons getting fired off. You can do it with, I believe, cruisers. Cruisers can do laser. Not 100%. Let me check that real quick before I put my foot in my mouth. I know that frigates do missile and kinetic. I want to say cruisers do laser and kinetic. Okay, I wasn't going crazy. So tier 10 cruisers, not a bad idea to have a Molly Meyer on the captain as well, if that's what you decided you wanted to do. But let's go over again and get back to Molly Meyer. So you can put her on fleets like that are laser focused. So cruisers that are laser based tier 10, that would work just fine. Or basically even tiered cruisers would work just fine. And again, destroyers are also that way as well. Destroyers are laser based type of warship as well. So you want to make sure that you pair that up with your particular warship if you decide to do that route where you go into captain and you build that laser cluster skill up to 70%. 70% is huge. Attack bonus, that's a big deal. Now, recommendation time, right? This is recommendation time. Should you actually put her in your crew formation, or should you put her in as a captain for one of your fleets? Well, in my opinion, again, because we just talked about it, where while this is a large bonus to Warship Structure, the HP, 71.3% for one fleet, I like that number, but I also like giving Warship HP to all my fleets, whether they're farming, whether they're fighting. I like giving that 32.5% bonus, or in my case, because of where I've got her at 7.6%, I like giving that number to all of my fleets. The number generally is higher because, again, you're giving it to multiple fleets versus just one. And even though when you do a captain based setup, it's doubling the number, unless you've only got two fleets out, you will be providing more stats as a crew formation setup. So again, when we go into crew formation here, I definitely have her in my setup. When we're talking about getting everything set up for war, she is by far one of the better ones to have as a crew formation commander or crew member, because again, she does so many good things universally, and she helps you on the battlefield, and she helps you in the actual spaceport here with providing warship speed bonuses. Right now I am leveling tier 9 frigates with missile damage, and she reduces my speed by quite a bit, or she increases my speed, reduces the time it takes to build these by quite a bit, and I can basically do almost 2 sets of these a day, and I'm cranking them out 5 at a time. And I also have some people on my crew formation that are expanding my amount that I can create at a time as well. So on top of the speed that I'm getting from Molly Meyer, I'm also getting some expansion to actually create more for the same amount of time. So very, very nice to have. I really, really like having Molly Meyer on my crew formation. That's why you have this little insignia on the top right. She is a crew formation member. Now, if you have this little red flag here, the banner, that means that's a captain, and that's a different story, and we can go into that on future crew member spotlights. But I think Molly Meyer, crew formation, is where she belongs. She does so many good things for both your PvP, your PvE. Well, it's not even both, all of them. PvE, PvP, and your progression into the game, your growth of your account. She does all those things very, very well, and I like to have her on the crew formation. So hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, throw them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Certainly leveling her up will give you really good bonuses to tech and to combat and to command, which will give you really good bonuses on the right side tier when you're talking about speccing out your tech panel and all that good stuff too. Properties wise, as you level her up, these are the bonuses that she gives you for every 5 levels. So 15, 20, she increases 2 more combat and 3 more tech, 2 more combat, 3 more tech, 3 more combat, 2 more tech, and then 3 more combat, 2 more tech, and then finally big boost, 4 combat and 1 tech. So she can max out at plus 16 combat points and plus 25 tech points. Very, very nice. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this has been helpful for you all. I will see you guys next time. Cheers, have a good one, and take care.